Welcome to Update Review, where I talk about the stuff that interested me in the latest hotfix or update for Warframe. In this video, we will be talking about 19.6, aka the update where DE chewed up Nidus and then shit him out onto Vahek's face. To start, there were general reworks like maggots not exploding on their own unless killed, which I don't have an issue with at all. A more negative change, however, is DE forgot that maggots like to run off and chase enemies, and then be out of detection range for said enemies, and thus those maggots become useless. This sadly forces lower duration Nidus builds so the ability ends quicker, so you don't risk wasting your time standing around hoping your maggots come back to you. This is still fine for defense missions in small rooms, however. But the main issue, and the reason which caused me to even make this video in the first place, is nullifiers. You remember nullifiers, right? They are the guys with energy bubbles that are supposed to only nullify abilities, but gain the ability to destroy Atlas tectonics, which are solid walls of fucking rock, and snow globe, which is air moisture that is cooled down by frost and turned into ice. Before, nullifiers and enemies within their bubble would simply ignore these abilities, which was more fair. But for whatever reason, the hilarious guys at DE, who totally know what they're doing and aren't just changing the game to fuck with the players, decided that the energy bubble should just destroy these physical objects. And yes, I know, they were made using Warframe energy, but if you used Mag and made a brick house, how is it logical that the nullifier could destroy the bricks? Exactly. Anyway, now nullifiers are even more unnecessarily insidious despite players overwhelmingly hating them. And now, get this, remove mutation stacks for Nidus. Let me say that again. They can remove infested mutation stacks from Nidus. Seriously, did everyone at DE get a bunch of meth for Christmas and decided to smoke it all when they got back from their vacation? Nidus mutation stacks are not a power, and even if you say, well, it used to make a power, they still are not active abilities. This is the equivalent of running into a nullifier bubble and getting all your energy drained away. Seriously, think about it, it really is that stupid. I guess this is DE now, guys, making half-assed fixes that are good enough instead of taking 5 extra minutes to fix it properly. Although with Nidus this isn't a fix at all, as his powers are blocked from being used anyway when inside a nullifier bubble. Next, DE will also make it so those hipster corpus dudes can also just drain away mutation. Even after all that, and you still kinda think it's logical for them to have done this, picture one of the bosses you can play from the game evolve. Some guy in the hunter squad then runs up to you and stabs you with a taser and you devolve. In other news, Adhesive Blast is still bugged on the Tsar for over 2 months now, and it simply doesn't work on the Jablock. It's obvious why they haven't fixed it. I mean, which one of you guys use Adhesive Blast at all, let alone on either one of these weapons? So while many players know that they're bugged, they don't bother telling DE about it because they don't use it anyway. It's the same reason Limbo and allies were hurt by napalms and scorches through the rift plane for over 5 fucking months. Because nobody uses Limbo, and if they do, they don't care enough to report the bugs about it. They probably only fixed it because DE Steve was using Limbo so he could laugh at how shitty he was, and then notice the bug and then fixed it the next day because it was super simple to fix. In addition, Kuva Siphon nodes can still move when you're in the Kuva Siphon mission, and if you don't find the Siphon in time before the node moves, the Siphon never spawns. And we got a cool premium skin for Frost, I guess.